"It's time," Papa says from the doorway of my bedroom. I look up from my laptop, where I've been preparing for the upcoming season by re-watching video footage of my ski racing from last winter. Behind my father, an old picture of Mama hangs above my desk. She's standing on the balcony of a little hotel overlooking Lake Hallstatt with her hands on her hips and a smile so bright that looking at it is equal parts beauty and pain. Her long dark hair frames her heart-shaped face, but her heavily lidded eyes look at me like they know I'm doing something wrong. "What would you have me do, Mama?" I take a fortifying breath, praying that I'm not making a deal with the devil. I may only be 16, but one thing I know for sure is that when things seem too good to be true, they generally are. "Let's go, Zajczyk." Papa still calls me Bunny, the nickname from my childhood that will not die. As I follow Papa down the narrow stairs to the first floor, I take in the mismatched frames full of family pictures that still hang in the stairwell. They haven't been updated since the horrific car crash that took Mama and my brother Victor from us 3 years ago. In them, my mother is still young and vibrant. Victor is still a high schooler who loved to torment his little sister. As I do every day that I pass them, I wonder who they'd be today. Who we'd be, Papa and me, if they were still alive. "Be grateful," Papa reminds me as we leave the comfort of our small caretaker's cottage to head down the path to the lawn that will lead us to the big house. I am. I don't mention the other emotions, the fear, worry, and regret. I breathe in the flowers that line the path behind the big house. Above them, the imposing stucco walls of Whitehall glow in the fading light of the golden hour. For most of my life, I've curled up on the cushioned window seat of my tiny bedroom, gazing across the lawn at Whitehall as the sun sets, watching the lights come on and the family inside come alive. Those 2 boisterous boys were like cousins to me, until Mama and Victor died. Through that tragedy, Sasha and I grew impossibly close, but now he and his older brother Nikolai are grown and gone most of the time. Nico spent the summer in London for an internship and is now back at university for his senior year. Sasha has been living in St. Petersburg and traveling all over Russia and Europe, playing professionally in the Continental Hockey League for the last year. Having him home for the summer has been both torturous and heavenly. My feelings for him have been blossoming for years, but this summer it's starting to feel like maybe it's mutual. The shared glances, the whispered secrets, the way he often can't take his eyes off me. It's like we're sliding into new territory that I can't quite name, but am desperate to get to. But tomorrow he's leaving to go back to his team, and who knows how long it'll be until I see him again. From the patio, Papa opens the door that leads into the kitchen of Whitehall, rather than one of the many glass doors that lead into the grand sitting room at the back of the house. Last year, when Sasha graduated from high school, Mr. Ivanov had a fancy party to celebrate. Even though we were guests that night, Papa still refused to enter the house through those glass doors that were cast wide open. Sasha had been insistent that I come in the same way as all the other guests, telling me that I was more important to him than anyone else who was there. But Papa claimed that the only doors the property's caretaker should use are the garage door and the kitchen door. Old habits die hard. We head through the kitchen and dining room, then into the massive 2-story entryway. At the far end, we climb the wide wooden staircase up to the mezzanine, which we follow until we reach the doors of the library. Mr. Ivanov sits at the ornately carved wooden desk like a king on a throne. Mama once told me never to trust a man like Mr. Ivanov. Duplicitous devil was how she described him. I'm not sure why I shouldn't trust him. He's never done anything but try to help my family.